Welcome to the High School Huddle. My name is Brandon Chapman. I'm joined by Ryan Neighbor. He's the lead prep writer for the Oklahoman. And fall camp is underway, so let's talk about some of the practices going on this week. Ryan, you went out to Southmoore yesterday. Tell me what's going on with the SaberCats.
Well, the SaberCats had a little bit of difficulty getting out in the morning because of their fields not being quite ready. A little rain over the weekend left them with a swamp out there, so they had to get some plywood to run across between the fields so the players could walk. But once they got that fixed, they actually looked pretty well. There's not a whole lot you can tell without pads, but the SaberCats definitely have a lot of skill position players. Obviously, Kendall Thompson, the sophomore quarterback, son of Charles Thompson, gets a lot of attention. But they've got a lot of good wide receivers and running backs, too. I think a lot of people around Moore are excited about the offense the SaberCats are going to run. They're going to run a spread, which is quite a bit different from what you've seen from Moore and certainly Westmoore the last few years. They brought in John Freeman, the offensive coordinator, who had been at McAllister in the past, and he brought that West Virginia-type offense with him.
Okay. Well, myself personally, I went out to Douglas this week and saw what the Trojans are doing out there, and it looks like Douglas has a lot of talent. I talked to Willis Alexander actually today, and he was telling me how excited he is about his offensive and defensive line. He said he's in a position where he's not going to have anybody going both ways. So it looks like the Trojans have a chance to be pretty good.
And a lot of the focus in the preseason for Douglas has been on Destin Stewart. Last year, DeJour Horton put up some big numbers. Just how good can Destin Stewart be?
I'd say he can be pretty good. Talking to Willis, he said that he's going to play pretty much every position for him this year. He might take a couple snaps even, and he's normally a receiver. So I look for Destin Stewart to kind of fill that void DeJour Horton left. Well, Ryan, what practices are you going to later on this week, and what are some of the ones you're really looking forward to?
Well, I'm going to try to get out to a couple of the practices in the Midwest City area. Midwest City, the Bombers had a great season a year ago. They look to have a similar season this year. They've got Tim Flanders, one of the fastest players around, and a lot of other really good players on both sides of the ball there. Also going to try to get out to Carl Albert. Everybody knows about David Oku and Daquan Lowe right now. But they've got a new offense there. It'll be interesting to see just how far they've come along.
Okay, and talking a little bit about the Titans, they obviously battle Guthrie consistently. What do you think of the defending 5A champions?
Well, obviously losing Kai Staley is a big hurt for them, but they've got some really good players left. They've got Keaton Callens, the quarterback, who's just done tremendous things last year when Kai wasn't at quarterback. They've got some good running backs. They've got Josh King, who might be the best player pound for pound in the state. He doesn't have very many pounds to work with. He's one of the smaller players in the state, but certainly one of the best.
Okay. And you're also planning to go to Tulsa East Central, I think. What do you think of Tulsa East Central up there in 5A?
Well, I think just giving a little preview into the football section that'll be coming out in a couple weeks, I think Tulsa East Central is going to be at or near or at the top in Class 5A. Clearly, they've got Reno Conchitas, who did great things last year behind Kenny Session. They've got some more really good players, obviously a lot of linemen. Pearly Graves probably tops on that list. And a lot of focus in the preseason on David Gordon, a track stud who has committed to Arkansas.
All right, Ryan. Appreciate your expertise. Thanks for watching the High School Huddle. We'll be back next week as fall camps continue, and we'll get some scrimmages underway.